cost of electricity is at an all-time high, and homeowners can expect this trend to continue. Last year, our local utility company received one of its largest rate increases to date.
Under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket.
California currently ranks as the 7th most expensive state in the country for electricity. Under the most aggressive proposed summer time of use rates, new reduced use rates could be over 300% higher than today's rates. Tier 4 electricity rates in San Diego have already gone up 141% since 2001, and we can expect them to go even higher. Every 4 years, our local utility company asks for a rate increase. In 2004, they requested $97 million and got $35 million. In 2008, they requested $222 million and they received $150 million. Last year, they requested $1.1 billion and got over $500 million.
Solar Alliance of America, voted by Inc. magazine in 2012 as the fastest growing privately held company in San Diego. Chosen by Solar Power World in 2013 as one of the top solar contractors in America. Endorsed by William Shatner on Moving America Forward. As seen and heard on television and radio. Solar Alliance of America has helped thousands of homeowners go solar. Find out how they can help you. They will install a complete brand new solar electric system on your home for free. They will pay for materials, labor, tax, and permits, and you receive clean renewable energy for less money than you are paying your local utility company. Stay tuned to find out the facts.
Have you ever wanted to go solar, but felt the initial investment was too high or the payback too long? Recent surveys have shown that most homeowners would go solar if the initial investment wasn't tens of thousands of dollars and it didn't take 20 years to get your money back. I can tell you my electric bill is about $450 a month, so why go solar? And to answer that question, we have Artie Rose, the president and CEO of the Solar Alliance of America. Artie, good to see you as always.
Great to see you, Scott. Thanks for inviting me down.
Yeah, pleasure. The Solar Alliance of America, explain what that is.
Well, we started it in 2009. You know, back in 2009, the Obama administration signed a stimulus package. And part of the stimulus package provided tax incentives for both companies and residential homeowners to go solar. So we started Solar Alliance of America. Since then, Scott, we've helped thousands of homeowners all throughout California go solar.
Why go solar? I mean, that's the question everybody would really have, right? Why go solar?
Well, people go solar for different reasons. A lot of people go for environmental reasons. But the bottom line, Scott, people go solar for money, economic reasons. They want to save money.
I was averaging on my utilities roughly $300 a month over the course of the year. Sometimes in a month the bills would run as high as $500. And since I had the system installed, I have not yet paid any utility bill.
We see our bills anywhere from $14 to, I think a high has been $55. So that's not too bad.
My bill has gone from an average of about $250 a month to zero, which, you can't beat that.
So let's take a look at what people are doing now. In other words, the grid, the electrical grid. Most homeowners watching us are buying energy from the utility company. Where does this energy come from? Scott, let's take a look at this graphic. You know, everybody who drives around sees these power plants, generating stations, and these stations are creating electricity using fossil fuels, things like petroleum, natural gas. And of course, we all know about nuclear power stations. Well, they create the energy, the electricity at these stations, and then it goes through a transformer. And from that transformer, it goes to these transmission lines. And we've all driven around the state of California and seen these transmission lines all along the freeways. This is transferring the energy from the station to these other step-down transformers, which then eventually brings the energy to our homes. This is extremely expensive. You can imagine the infrastructure that's involved in getting the energy from the generating station to our homes.
So Artie, you've explained how we get electricity to our homes, okay? But what is the alternative? Explain how we get solar power.
That's a great question. First of all, what we do is we put solar panels on people's roofs. And let's take a look at this graphic. Electricity that's created from these solar panels goes through an inverter, and then the electricity goes directly into the house. Think about what we're just looking about, Scott. I mean, we're talking about creating energy at a power plant that could be 100 miles away, being transmitted through transmission lines, going through transformers, and then finally getting to your home. Doesn't it make more sense to just create the energy on your roof and put it right into your home?
So Artie, you've shown us how we get electricity at our home in the traditional sense, and then you've shown us what happens when you put solar panels on the roof. But I want to ask you this, and I've told you this before. You know, I was volunteering at my Little League signups one day, right? And a gentleman came in, and you know they have to have proof of where they live to join that Little League. And the guy brings in his power bill, and it was like for $2 with the local utility company, right? So knowing that we were going to have this conversation today, I brought my own power bill, over $400. But when I look at the breakdown of what I'm actually paying for, like I'm sure many of the folks who are watching today, I'm totally confused by what we're paying for. Can you break down my electric bill?
Well, let's take a look at the actual bill itself and the line items that they charge us for each and every month.
All right, so we take a look at this bill, and electricity generation seems obvious to me, Artie. It's $140+. It's the electricity, right?
Right, you're being charged for the electricity that you use.
Okay. What is DWR bond charge? It comes every month. It's $8 and change, but I don't really know what I'm paying for.
You're actually paying for bonds that were purchased during the electricity crisis back in 2001.
So what happened back then, all these years later, I, along with all of my neighbors, we're all still paying for these bonds?
Exactly.
Well, that doesn't seem right. What about the transmission charge here?
Well, as we showed on that graph, you're paying for the delivery of the high voltage electricity from the power plants to the distribution points, which eventually gets to your home.
Next line is distribution, and this one's got me concerned because it's almost as much as the generation charge from earlier in the bill. What's that?
You're paying for the power lines, the poles, the transformers, the repair crews, and even emergency services.
What about this next line? Again, over $100, public purpose programs. What is that?
Scott, this charge reflects the cost of certain state-mandated programs such as low-income and energy efficiency programs that you may not receive, but you're obviously paying for each and every month.
Next line, nuclear decommissioning.
Well, this charge pays for the retirement of nuclear power plants. As you know, here locally in San Diego, we're retiring a nuclear power plant. They're expecting that nuclear power plant to cost close to $4 billion to dismantle and possibly up to 15 years to do it. So they've been collecting this money over the years, and they're basically going to spend it and dismantle the power plant.
All of this seems like I'm overpaying for a lot of things that I'm not really receiving other than the $142 worth of electricity.
Well, that's the reason why we've created Solar Alliance of America. And we have solutions for homeowners, and that's some of the things that we're going to talk about now.
Solar Alliance of America is leading the way. They are redefining the solar industry. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost to you. Exclusive zero solar electric program. No money down, no loans, no lease, no interest. The system and the installation are free. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. Don't believe it? Receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR. Think a solar system costs too much? Call Solar Alliance of America and find out about the Zero Solar Electric Program. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. And don't forget, you'll receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR.
All right, so now that I have a better understanding, and I think everybody who's watching does as well, of what we are all being charged for on our electricity bills, you got to tell us about the process of going solar, because it would seem very obvious now that going solar is the smarter way to go. It's the less expensive way to go. but there must be a process by which we go through to actually go solar.
Most definitely, Scott. And first of all, solar is not for everybody. What our organization does is we sit down with individual homeowners and analyze their bills. We'll go back over the last 18 months and analyze their kilowatt usage. How much energy do they actually use? And then we custom design and engineer a system that'll offset their utility usage. Now, solar, as I mentioned, is not for everyone. We normally recommend if somebody has a utility bill of $150 a month or more, they tend to be paying into the higher tiers, the higher charges, that it really fits best. Once we've determined what type of system, we do what's called a site inspection, where we actually send somebody out to the house to inspect the roof's integrity. We also look for things like shading issues. Assuming the home qualifies for it, what we do is we actually pull a permit. We have to go through, obviously, the city and the state to make sure that things are done properly. We have to order the system. We send a crew out. The actual installation itself maybe only takes 1 to 3 days. We flip a switch, and then all of a sudden you're getting free solar energy from the sun.
All right, so Artie, let's talk about the technology of solar panels, because I think a lot of folks who are watching today might be thinking to themselves, how intrusive is this? How big? How heavy? I think back to the 80s, I think of big, giant, satellite dishes, Whereas now, if you want satellite TV, little tiny thing off the side of your house, not intrusive, not big and heavy and cumbersome. What about the technology of solar panels today?
That's a great analogy. I actually got involved in the solar industry back in 1984. And back in 1984, Scott, solar was extremely expensive. The payback was very long. We used to have to store the energy in batteries, and these batteries had to be replaced every 5 to 7 years. Individual panels didn't create much electricity. Today, the technology has arrived. We use state-of-the-art technology that allows homeowners to completely, if they'd like to, offset their electricity bill. We could put panels on their house where they can literally run their air conditioner, run their pool pump. They can run their entire household off of free electricity from the sun.
Artie, you mentioned earlier that installation could take up to 1 to 3 days. I want to hear about installation because think about it like this. If somebody were doing a new kitchen in your home, you could theoretically be without your kitchen for months, right? This is a quick process, but is it a really big deal? Like, do people have to leave their home? Can they stay in their home? Just explain the process of installation.
Not a problem at all. It's true when it comes to kitchens, because I've had my kitchen remodeled, and literally we were without a kitchen for almost 6 weeks.
Right, you know how it goes.
People were inside the house,
dust, and it's just a whole mess.
When it comes to solar energy, everything is outside the home. It does take, as I mentioned earlier, 1 to 3 days to do the actual installation. It really depends on the size of the system. Our crews are incredible. I personally know each and every one of our crew members. They're highly trained, skilled technicians. We take great pride in regards to how we install a system.
Yeah, the installation crew with Solar Alliance was incredible. They showed up. I thought it would be a week-long project and we'd be all disorganized around the house. Not so at all. They came right early in the morning, got to work. 3 days later, it's all done. Everything was cleaned up, which that surprised me the most, and plugged in, and we were running immediately. I cannot say enough about the installation. That was probably the most pleasant experience I've had with putting anything in.
So Solar Alliance of America came to install the panels. They did a great job. They were very thoughtful coming in and out of the house when they needed to, and they actually cleaned up my garage, which was a bonus for me. And everything was done perfectly.
And the thing that impressed me most, I must say this, was something I didn't expect, was that my terracotta roof was left in much better shape than when these guys arrived.
Installation went smooth. Didn't even know they were there sometimes.
Solar Alliance of America is leading the way. They are redefining the solar industry. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost to you. Exclusive zero solar electric program. No money down, no loans, no lease, no interest. The system and the installation are free. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. Don't believe it? Receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR. Think a solar system costs too much? Call Solar Alliance of America and find out about the Zero Solar Electric Program. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. And don't forget, you'll receive a Canon PowerShot 16-megapixel digital camera with 5 times optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR.
I mentioned earlier about permitting. We do things correctly. It's not a question of how quickly can we get it done or the easiest way to get it done. What we try to do is install the system so we get the optimum sunlight. Because again, it's the sunlight that's creating electricity that's you're running your appliances and everything in your home. And it's basically 2 ways to install a system. We can install it on somebody's roof, or we can also install it on what we call a ground mount. Ground mounts can take as long as up to 5 days because there's a lot of trenching and things like that. And that's all determined at the site inspection. Biggest thing that homeowners viewing today need to realize is that we're not inside the house. They'll never be without electricity. Possibly, I would say, it's possible when we actually turn the system on, there could be a 20-minute period there, but obviously they're told ahead of time.
All right, tell me this. You guys come in, you install the solar panels. I'm happy as the homeowner because my electric bills have gone significantly down, right? But something happens. I need customer service. I need you to come out and take a look. Tell me a little bit about the relationship between the homeowner and the Solar Alliance of America.
Well, customer service is a #1 priority with Solar Alliance of America. When somebody decides to go solar with Solar Alliance, first thing that happens is they receive a call from a customer service representative. That's their liaison. It's a one-on-one relationship because there is going to be a lot going on behind the scenes. The ordering, the permitting, the design, the engineering, the delivery, the scheduling. So there's that customer service representative that the homeowner has their number to. So if they ever have a question, but that customer service is proactive. Going to be calling to schedule the appointment, let them know when they're going to be there. We're going to give them a short time period. I don't know about you, Scott, but I don't like when they tell me they're going to be out sometime on Saturday.
Right.
So we give them a 2-hour window that we know that we'll be there. When we get to the house, that's the only house that crew's going to be working on. So they don't have to worry about we're going to start a project and they're going to leave. But the most important thing that the homeowner needs to realize is that customer service representative from Solar Alliance of America is always there. They're always a phone call away.
Solar Alliance of America is leading the way. They are redefining the solar industry. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost to you. Exclusive Zero Solar Electric Program. No money down, no loans, no lease, no interest. The system and the installation are free. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. Don't believe it? Receive a Canon PowerShot 16-megapixel digital camera with 5 times optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR. Think a solar system costs too much? Call Solar Alliance of America and find out about the Zero Solar Electric Program. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. And don't forget, you'll receive a Canon PowerShot 16-megapixel digital camera with 5 times optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR.
Hi, I'm Artie Rose, and I want to talk to you about going solar now, today. I know most of you are convinced that a solar system's too expensive and the payback is too long. Who wants to pay tens of thousands of dollars for a solar system that's going to save a couple of $100s a month? When I first got involved in the solar industry in 1984, a solar system was extremely expensive and the average payback was about 20 years. Solar Alliance of America and its partners have helped thousands of homeowners go solar over the years, and we want to help you. Again, now, today. You don't have to do a thing. We take care of what I call the what-ifs, while you just sit back and enjoy lower bills for clean electricity. Now that's what I call peace of mind.
What if your panel is in need of maintenance repairs?
We take care of everything. We're the ones who get up on the roof, lift the heavy equipment, and deal with all the messy paperwork and scheduling. And yeah, we even pay for the system too.
What if the panels stop working?
We'll tell you. That's because we proactively monitor the system on your roof to make sure it's performing at its best, meaning you don't have to waste time tracking the energy yourself.
What if the neighborhood kids smash a panel with a baseball?
If your system breaks down or needs repairs, we'll fix it. That means you don't have to worry about what's under the warranty. All you need to know is the cost is on us. No questions asked.
What if the panels don't produce enough power?
When the system is designed, we make sure it fits your household electricity needs to a T, helping maximize your electricity savings over time. If the system produces less than predicted, we'll cover the difference. Bottom line.
What if you need help answering questions?
Just call us. We have highly trained, knowledgeable people who will walk you through any questions or concerns you may have. Customer service is our top priority. You don't get stuck with the costly repairs. With our solar service, we'll insure, maintain, repair your solar system on your roof for free. The lifetime maintenance cost for your solar system will be zero.
Solar Alliance of America is leading the way. They are redefining the solar industry. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost to you. Exclusive zero solar electric program. No money down, no loans, no lease, no interest. The system and the installation are free. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. Don't believe it? Receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR. Think a solar system costs too much? Call Solar Alliance of America and find out about the Zero Solar Electric Program. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. And don't forget, you'll receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR.
With our new solar service program, you now have a clean alternative to your utility. Solar Alliance of America and its partners will design and install a premium solar system for your home. We'll purchase the system for you and take complete care of the system for the life of the agreement. You simply purchase clean solar energy from us, we'll take care of the rest. Your current utility has put you in a tough position. They can raise the rates at any time. There's 3 problems with the current utility. Number 1, you have no choice. They're the only provider until now. Number 2, unpredictable rate increases. Your utility company can raise the rates frequently, and as you know, they have. You have no say in the matter, and you are often unaware that the rate increases have even happened until you get your higher bill. Why do rates go up? Nearly 10% of the electricity a power plant produces is lost as it travels to your home. The grid is aging and it's going to take more and more money to keep it going. Populations are growing and require more and more power. Bottom line, this can't be the future of America's energy supply. Our solar service is a better choice. We provide clean and affordable alternatives to your local utility. You have a choice. We allow you to purchase clean, renewable energy for rates that are less than you're paying now. And you can lock in your rate. You're in control. You don't have to worry about unpredictable rate increases. And we take responsibility for ensuring the system is working at its best. We own the system, monitor it daily, and repair it if anything breaks. Again, you just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying now.
Solar Alliance of America is leading the way. They are redefining the solar industry. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost to you. Exclusive zero solar electric program. No money down, no loans, no lease, no interest. The system and the installation are free. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. Don't believe it? Receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5x optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55 55 Solar. Think a solar system costs too much? Call Solar Alliance of America and find out about the Zero Solar Electric Program. Learn how you can install a complete solar electric system on your home at no cost. You just buy clean, renewable energy for less money than you're paying your local utility company. And don't forget, you'll receive a Canon PowerShot 16 megapixel digital camera with 5 times optical zoom just for calling 1-800-55-SOLAR and finding out the facts. Certain restrictions apply. Call 1-800-55-SOLAR.
The thing that attracted us to Solar Alliance was the fact that they had a program that fit what we wanted and what we were able to afford. And ultimately, I think in the long run, we'll probably add more than if we had gone with one of the other companies.
It was advertised, no money down. I thought, okay, maybe this is a gimmick. It's not, no money down. It was easy to get it going, easy to sign it, say, yes, let's do this. It was easier than buying a leased car.
Once it was explained to me, I couldn't refuse. It was that smart of a thing to do.
The salesperson that came out and visited with us, low pressure, just laid out all the information clearly. I was very concerned about the installation part of it, and that surprisingly ended up being the most pleasant experience of all.
We'd been looking into solar systems of one kind or another from several different providers, and we saw the Solar Alliance program, and it was exactly what we were looking for. Worked out very, very well for us.
They said, well, we can stagger the systems. We can put a system in that'll be a lot less expensive to you, and you'll only be paying $50, $60, $70 a month. And I said, no, I want zero. So they said, well, we can do that too. And that's what I got, and I'm very happy.
I am making more electricity than I use.
The Solar Alliance Foundation was formed in 2012 as a nonprofit organization designed to give free solar electric systems to disabled veterans who have financial needs. The foundation converts cash donations, grants, or endowments into complete solar electric systems that we install free of charge on the homes of disabled veterans.
You know, I would recommend the foundation to any veteran. They did exactly what they told me they would do, and they were right there. They followed through on phone calls, and they were always concerned about the family and the time that they were going to be there, and it was just a great opportunity and a blessing. I'm going to be able to save at least a couple $100 a month. And over a course of a year, that's $2,400, you know, and with a young kid at home going to college, that's going to come in handy. You know, it means a lot to know that people are, there's so much negative stuff going on in the world today, you know, and there's so many people out there that really have a caring heart, and they really want to give and they want to help, and this is one way that the organization figured they could help people, and I just got blessed by it, my family and I, and we so appreciate it.
There is never a cost to the veteran. The foundation makes sure that all the materials, the labor, the tax, and the permits are paid for, and the veteran just receives free electricity for life. Please visit solaralliancefoundation.org.